And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 327. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, later on, after we have our guy bro conversations that you guys all know and love, we will be doing a comic book review on Superman Unlimited #1. And before we get to the comic book review, because you guys love that parts of the episodes that we do these on, absolutely just amazing. Literally almost a 9 out. Literally, I almost gave this book a 10 out of 10 when I was reading it.
I like the book a lot. There's some art choices though on some of the faces that I was like,
Ralph Albuquerque has some problems with drawing with faces. Yeah,
but the story phenomenal.
Absolutely, just one of the best single comic books I've read in a long time. Like, it's amazing.
I'd say for Superman, it's a great start. It's like Dan Slott returning to a form that Dan Slott never had.
When he hadn't
had in a while.
When he said, when we did the videos, when we first met each other back in the day, when we did when we were going over the Summer of Superman thing that they started, and he had said that he was not going to pull any superior Spider-Man bullshit in this book. Imagine a world where Lex Luthor becomes Superman and some sort of like superior Superman story. I think that would make a cool story.
I still like Superior Spider-Man.
I think Superior Spider-Man's a good story. I think it's good. I enjoyed it.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I understand the like controversy between him and other things. But I happen to like. I thought he wrote this very well. I really did. I thought it was great.
You know, it's crazy how we've did videos in the past talking about it's hard to kind of recommend people where to start based off their preferences. I would, if anyone wants to ever jump on to like a Superman ongoing series or maybe current run that's going, I would say start at this book because what it did.
If you want to read traditional Superman, yes, this is a very traditional Superman book.
And this book actually did something that I have been criticizing a lot of comic books for, which is they can basically not catch you up because they're so in deep with where they're at currently. This single issue right here can pretty much catch you up with Superman all the way from like his origin story all the way up to where like his relationships have formed, family, friends.
Yeah, it tells you the main beats. Yeah.
So, but before we go over that, I was gonna make this a topic, but I know that it would go for a lot longer than the actual comic book review. You wanted to cover Daniel Warren Johnson's bullshit.
I just asked you about what did you think about it? Because me and Savage Dad had been talking about this for a while. Like, we were talking about it all day. So it was like, first you got to show him the picture. You gotta show him this, because this is peak. I don't understand what I'm doing with a character. This is like peak like fuckery right here.
Like, if you saw that post that Daniel Warren Johnson made on his Twitter account on I Find Retards, I would believe it though. Like, I'd be like, what are you doing, dude? Like,
100%.
What the fuck? Like, guys, I'm being honest, before I bring this up, this literally just straight up caught me off guard to a certain extent. Now, I did see red flags before, because I've always talked about this, whether you're going to be in a relationship with a girl, whether you've been through life at a single point, when you see red flags, you should always pay attention to them. You've been alive a long time, dude. Whenever you see
we saw this coming a mile away. Like the first time we talked about him writing this book, because like you had talked about his Transformers book, so I got it. I was like, wow, this is
very
great.
good.
It's awesome.
Very good.
Awesome. Yeah. I even got up all the way to issue the new one with Kirkman and Mora. So like, I'm current right now.
His run deserves the praise. It does.
Right,
very good.
And then whenever we heard he was doing Absolute Batman, at first we were like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then we went and read the article and we were like, oh, fuck, this is stupid. This is going to be terrible.
Literally on the video, I was like, man, I read Daniel Warren Johnson takes over for the Absolute Batman Annual #1. Batman will be taking on white supremacy. What?
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it's like him up against like a bunch of white nationalists, but at the bottom it says "Origin of the Batmobile," and I'm like, what? What is he fashioning the Batmobile out of white supremacists?
What is he gonna just like have himself like blow down a bunch of white nationalists? Like, what the fuck?
My Batmobile runs on black hatred. That's how it runs. The fuel of the black society.
My absolute Batmobile runs on systemic racism.
Blackness itself. He's partners with the White Panther. What what are we even talking about here? It's so dumb, dude.
You know what's crazy is that when it comes to anything about because you are somewhat affiliated with the government because based off your company, right? You work for.
I mean,
Don't,
yeah.
don't you find it weird that people don't actually understand this about the laws, dude? Just because a law wasn't enforced doesn't mean it wasn't a thing. So when you tell people you could have never entered the country legally, it's always been in that USB section, blah, 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 blah thing. People go, but it wasn't enforced. That doesn't mean you could just enter the country legally. I'm sorry that you can't just do these certain things because they're not enforced.
Right. Well, there were certain times that we had things like if you touched soil, there were certain things like that if babies were born, but a lot of that stuff got abolished. But I mean,
hi Emily, hi Gray.
Hey guys, how are you? Hey Emily, how are you? What's up, Gray? But I think like when it comes to this, do you want me to get the picture?
I got it right now. I'll bring it up right now.
Show him.
Here we go.
This is like a total misunderstanding.
Like, what is he doing? Oh God. Okay, it's on Twitter. Okay, so Daniel Warren Johnson on his Twitter account just posted this. Now, to his credit, I will give him some little small leeway here. He didn't actually write anything here. He just posted this. Now, some people have said that he did this for a commission. I've not seen proof of that. So that is like that guy that's on Twitter that goes sources, and I go, trust me, bro. I don't know. This is definitely like I don't know.
Scroll down a little bit more. There's a picture, like the same style of picture. Like if you keep going, there's the same style of picture where he's like holding someone else, like something else. I can't remember. I know it's up there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, you're probably on the actual post. But there's another picture of him of that same pose with like a different character. And so, but the point of the matter is like you said, he didn't say anything. You know what I mean? That's the problem. He didn't say anything.
He did the saying, "Picture is worth 1,000 words." That old saying. That's what he did. Because right here, it's absolute Batman. Strength was essentially is putting a ICE agent into a chokehold, strangling them. Which is very weird.
Look like he's killing him because look at the guy's hands and you know, like he's.
And as you brought up with absolute Batman, since we've read and reviewed a lot of the issues on this show, that he's not even like that though.
No, he's definitely brutal, but he's still yet to kill anybody. And we thought that he may have killed Black Mask when he shoved the things in his eyes, but we saw that he was still alive. So, like, you know, I mean, now he will go out and kick a child into the ocean. That will happen. And dude, like I'm telling you, we stopped at a very interesting point. Like I know you don't care for the art for Bane, but dude, when you read those next 3 issues, your mind is going to turn into mush.
It's literally just the head. Everything from the neck down is fine.
But dude, it's fucking crazy. Like it's so crazy and awesome that it's like I was reading it because I read 13 when it came out on Wednesday.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, I got to go back and read. So I read 10, 11, 12 again. And I was just like, dude, this might be the craziest Bane I've ever seen. It's so bizarre and so awesome at the same time. It's so brutal. And the shit that they do to Batman, they do to Bruce and his friends is like, when you see what they do to Ozzy, you're going to be like, bro, I don't even want to look at this. Like, I don't even want to look at what I just saw. It's so brutal, dude. It is so brutal.
So there was a few things that stood out to me about this guy. So I remember him posting on Twitter shortly after it was announced that his Transformers run with Image and Skyman was going to end. He said it was a tweet where he had said, "I'm really down on my mental health right now." And then
that's his own problem.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, dude. You know, Shit happens in life that gets you down. That's more than perfectly fine. And then when we did that video and it was revealed that he is going to be writing the Absolute Batman Annual coming out, I think next week when we're doing the show, or
the 29th comes out the 29th.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah.
When the synopsis was on the official DC Comics website and it said Absolute
Or
Batman
24th.
is fighting.
Something. It comes out in the 20th. I know, in the 20s.
Yeah.
Comes out then.
So when the official synopsis was like Absolute Batman is fighting white nationalists,
Pretty
that
much
already was
basically what it said.
That's, I mean, just a red flag. That is like, brother.
Plus the cover
doing?
that they showed, it's like, it's like Batman in the South fighting them guys. And what are you doing in our neighborhood, boy? Like those type of dudes.
And then you have today where he posts this, and here I will.
What impression are we supposed to not get about the book with no context? Like I'm saying, I will leave it for that, but this is I'm just being honest. And like, this should say something to people that know this show and know me. I'm not buying this book. That should tell you everything. I'm still buying fucking Amazing Spider-Man. Like that should tell you everything.
We know your standards are fucking to the ground sometimes.
Well, hey, actually, Amazing Spider-Man number 13 was the first time that Spider-Man had. It was an actual Spider-Man book, and it was awesome.
Don't break my heart.
It was actually very good.
You're gonna do me on that Hawkeye meme from Endgame. Don't pull.
Now listen, the other 12 have not been that good.
Oh God,
at all.
Okay,
so
if you're shooting, so you're essentially saying that Amazing Spider-Man is Bronny James right now, shooting 1 for 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was surprised because I was like, "Oh, here we go again, my Amazing Spider-Man. Why am I reading this?" And by the end of it, I was like, "Holy shit, this is fucking fantastic! Why can't this be what the book is? This is what the book needs to be."
It almost just gave you like
it's gonna give me false hope because next month is gonna be awful. It's gonna be terrible.
It lured you back in. You were like on that last episode of that TV show you invested in for so long. You're like, okay, this is the last episode I'm watching. After this, I'm done. And it's like, it gave you hope. You were like, okay, I'm pulled back in now.
One thing I did really like, though, is I really like the DC KO. I thought this was cool because you look at the cover and it's like,
cover. Really
you got that picture behind behind Superman, but it's actually a clear.
I saw that someone posted on Twitter a video. Oh my God, it looks so good.
And then it's got the clear backing too.
Ooh,
with
clean.
With that, and it's really nice, and it's a cool book. It's definitely interesting. But I would say if you're reading this, if you're going to read this, and you haven't been up to date on like Justice League and the Joshua Williamson Superman, then I would go out and get. Let me see where it is. I know I have it here because I never remember what it's called. Here it is. I would get this the Justice League Omega Act special. This is basically leads right into DCKO. You can read this and then know everything that you need to know.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. But KO's been cool, man. At the end of the show, I do want to. We'll do something fun. It'll be fun, I think.
I did see Scott Snyder post about all these other characters they're having crossover with the event.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Like Sub-Zero's going to be in there. There's going to be a whole bunch of.
I don't know why would Annabelle be there.
Well, because I think it's like they're opening. You'd have to read the book. They're like opening a bunch of different.
Can you help me with the premise of the book? So like they can't use their powers, happens, right?
No, they can. So what it is that they're trying to go to the heart of the universe, that the absolute universe, right? And since it's all Omega energy, they have to go there, and like the only way to overrun it is to shoot as much of that Omega energy, and that's why they have Booster Gold there, into it. And basically they're going to have this like massive tournament to see who will be the next person that can take over that, basically the Omega energy, and rewrite history. So like there's a huge tournament of people. There's just a huge tournament of heroes and villains and all sorts of stuff. I don't want to ruin everything, but at the end, we're going to go through and give our predictions because they didn't have a fight yet. We'll give our predictions on the bracket.
Hell yeah.
There's a whole giant bracket.
I don't got money on Batman. I heard he's not there. So you can't have money on Batman beating everybody.
No, there's a reason why Batman's not there. But there's a whole bracket at the end.
Mhm. Oh, I've seen that.
And
Okay.
Batman's taken out. But there's like I think there's a story reason why. And there's at the end of the book, it was kind of neat that they were showing that there's also some horsemen, basically like horsemen of the apocalypse. And they showed 3 of them, and it looks like it's absolute Batman, absolute Superman, and absolute Wonder Woman. So it's gonna, yeah, dude, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun. That was the main thing. It was fun because after absolute evil, and you see like how the villains basically, I don't know if you read that, but like that was I thought that was executed very well. I thought it was done because it fell in line with what Snyder wants done. So there's other people out there that are actually going, okay, this is where he's going. We're actually going to listen and not write our own stupid shit, you know? So I thought that was done very well. And I also got my official Justice League Unlimited membership card. So watch out, streets.
So that means you are Mr. Terrific. You are certified black from the waist down.
You keep pushing that narrative.
So my thing with what Daniel Warren Johnson posted was that it's this thing that people have to understand. When you separate the artist from the art, there's only such a limit you can take, you know? Like, more of this, I would just be like, just out on this guy. Because it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you shouldn't, like, I'm not saying you have to use your platform a certain way, but it's one of these things where this guy just doesn't understand who Batman is. Actually, we'll use a story that you like a lot, The Dark Knight Returns, right? Batman fights that gang because that gang is trying to actually, you know, take over Gotham.
Well,
right?
it's more this. Like if Batman, if there was context to that, and that was, say, like a radical ICE agent in real life, like someone who was skirting the law, yes, Batman is many times taken down bad cops, but he's not going to take down the whole regime while there are still good people working for it. He definitely abides with the law, even though he's a vigilante. He's definitely an oxymoron. You know, I mean, but him and Gordon always go, we got to do this by the book. If that were the case, right? If it was the case, then he would have no rogues gallery because he would just kill them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, the whole thing about Batman is change and being able to be reformed, rehabilitated by the means that are legal and necessary.
So. Yes. Also, as you've read a lot of more comic books than I have, there's been times where Gotham's been invaded by aliens. Yeah, you guys know Batman would stop that because he doesn't want his city being taken over by aliens. Wasn't there a story called Contagion where this like fucking, I forgot what it was, this villain tried poisoning everyone or some shit like that?
There's a whole, there's that like, in the event Leviathan and stuff like that. And,
this notion that Batman wouldn't be against illegal immigrants is ridiculous.
Well, I don't want to take that stance. I'm not going to see, that's where I draw some sort of line, right? Because I don't want to sit there and talk about a fake character, what he would do in real life.
Yeah.
Because that's, to me, like, that's disingenuous, because there's many stances that I've seen Batman take that are crazy. You know, I mean, Oliver Queen and him, like, you know, all Green Arrow used to call him Bat Fascist, you know? So, I mean, like, there's many different ways that you can interpret things. The problem that I have with what Daniel Warren Johnson did is he's giving us no context. So the only thing that we've seen is a cover of Batman fighting white nationalists. We have stuff that's going on in the real world where that's a narrative that's thrown at people who disagree with you. And then he draws that, whether that was a commission or something that he wants to show or whatever, you need to have context. So I don't shit on someone for using their platform to say what they want, right? They can do that, but they also have to infer that there might be people that don't want to buy your book or give a shit what you're saying. You have to take it both ways. That's just my opinion on it. If someone wants to get political, like, and talk about it extremely, I'm perfectly fine with that. I am perfectly fine. I might not say much about it, but you know, I don't know. Like
but it's that thing you said earlier, remember, where like when he was at Image Comics and he was doing a Transformers run, he didn't say things like this.
No, because nobody would give a shit.
Yeah, and no offense to Image Comics, but there's a level to Marvel and DC to Image Comics still to this day. It's
Yeah.
just
Now,
how it is.
if he was like a huge writer that went to Image and then started saying stuff, that would like if it was like Jeff
Right.
Johns or someone that would make sense, but not where you made your name at Image. You know, I mean, I know he's
Right.
done other books, but like, let's be real, like he got big by doing Transformers.
Yeah, that's what really propelled him to like the strategy. I mean, he did like other little projects here and there, but
Yeah,
that
he's done
Transformers
other stuff
project, what
for
really just gave him that big boost. It's just for me, it's just like, why do you have to divide your audience like that? Because what does posting that does that help you with any goodwill in the future for people that maybe want to read your books? I always find it weird when people take just stances like that because, like you said, how else am I supposed to infer something from that? What
with
else?
no context.
Yeah,
You
with
know,
no
we'd
context.
have to have
What am I
some
supposed to
sort of
think?
context. And you know, maybe he does the next day, maybe he does tomorrow, maybe he says something, but who knows? We'll never know until he himself says something. Now, if he goes all defensive, then we know exactly what he posted is what he meant. You
Yeah.
know, like so I just think it's a bad look. That's just my opinion because you're using Batman, who's a massively popular character, to, you know,
Propel
speak
your
on
own like
your
political
propel
narrative.
your own political belief,
Yeah.
when it should be like, if it doesn't come from the narrative of the book that's being written, like that Snyder's writing,
Mhm.
then that feels disingenuous to me. That feels like you're doing that because you want to make a statement, not because that's what has been portrayed in the first 13 issues of Absolute Batman, where none of
Yeah.
that stuff has been in there whatsoever.
Let's just use the first arc. So for anyone that actually bought maybe the first trade or hardcover that just came out for Absolute Batman, which covers the first 6 issues, do
Mhm.
you think Batman, based on what he just drew in that image, would represent that? Batman quite
No.
literally stopped Black Mass. He was trying to get a bunch of criminals to grab a bunch of random ammunition and start mauling down people. Batman stopped Black Mass from doing that. He literally stopped his whole city from just going up in like some sort of like fucking war zone. Like he
Yeah,
would not let these things happen, even if people say that's an alternate version of the character. It is, but he still has a
but that's the
correlate.
one that
Like,
he's drawing and writing about.
right. And
So
that's just God, it's so conflicting because if DC Comics doesn't have a problem with that, and they had a problem with Gretchen Foker Martin's post of Charlie Kirk, and I agree with DC, that person should have been
I don't
cut.
know though. Okay, because one was about someone dying, right? Another is like
Maybe a political
a
stance.
political group that has such left it, like we've heard so much stuff about Antifa, so much misinformation, but also other information that's been true that you don't even know what to think. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I've heard people say that they've murdered all these people and done all this stuff, and it's like, well, where's the evidence of this? And you
Mhm.
could show me something, and then you know, there's other things where they have done things, right? And it's like, okay, so it's better just to not even like, you know, put that out there, especially with ICE. Like people are like, "Oh, these ICE agents are." It's like, dude, they also work for someone. They're
Mhm.
probably doing what they're told.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's very wishy washy because if they weren't right, if there were corrupt guys and there's corrupt people everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But it's like it has to fit that narrative because if they were just doing what they're told, then it's, oh, these corrupt politicians and the people who lead ICE. But if they weren't, right, if they were just doing a good job, then it would just be, oh, they're corrupt. There's never a chance that possibly they're doing what they're told. You see what I
Right.
mean? There's never people never think that. It always has to be something. There, everybody looks so deep in everything because we've been taught to mistrust everything. We have been taught to where you can't even believe stuff with your eyes anymore.
I think
So
it's
it's
that
like,
thing where you watch too many movies and TV, and you watch too many like detective shit, and you're in your mind is always thinking like, man, there has to be something more to this. Like everyone thinks like things are like maybe might be a psyop or some shit. It's like not okay, not everything's a psyop. Maybe this person literally is just a piece of shit, and nothing influences
yeah,
this person. He just did a bad thing, and that's just who this person is, you know. But I understand like the internet has misled people, or maybe not misled people to believe that everything might be someone might be pulling the strings. I'm not saying
yeah.
someone isn't pulling the strings, but
No, yeah,
it's just like,
we've been conditioned not to trust anything, especially
yeah,
with media groups. One
mhm.
news channel tells you one thing, one says the complete radical opposite on the same story.
Could be on
And
the
it's
same
like
hour on the same
it's
day.
literally like if someone made like a 3-pointer and one news group is like, oh, he missed that shot by a mile, and the other group's like, oh, it won him the game. You're like, wait a minute, what happened? What do you mean? And it's like, how can they be so far apart? And it's because of ideologies. That's exactly what it is. It's because people believe that their shit is the most important thing to them, and they think other people will think so too. I don't know, man. And there's times where I've been pushed back on this, like where people are like, well, you just don't take a stand and you just this. And I go, no, I used to do those things. I used to fight tooth and nail, man, until I realized that like, it doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter. And someone will go, well, if we all took that, say, then we'd be steamrolled over. And it's like, no, that's not saying that I'm going to just let things happen to me. I'm saying that I realize that the stuff that I believe to be true might not matter to the guy next to me or this guy or this guy or this guy. If someone asks me my opinion, I will give it. But I don't freely go out there and just say radical shit because one, that's dumb. And two, nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit in the end. You sit all these people in one room. What do you think is going to happen? Absolutely nothing. They're going to yell and huff and puff and scream at each other, and then they're going to eat lunch because they're all pussies in the end.
Yeah, we've seen it in those Jubilee 12 versus 1 debates. Like even Ben Shapiro's like, these people all vehemently hated my politics, but we all had a good time just laughing and having it. Yeah, it's like some people might just vehemently dislike you based off your politics, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to fight you.
Just, and there's some people that will, but I mean, it's a very small minority. And we really let these small minorities really stir us up and really like get your goat going. And like, oh, like I said, my grandfather gave me a massive, great piece of advice. He goes, if you think someone's an idiot, why do you let them bother you with what they say? Even if they're wrong, he's like, let them destroy themselves. You be the bullet that lets them destroy themselves. Quietly pass through. And I took that to heart. Because like think of how many stresses and arguments you could avoid if you just look at the person and go, I don't care.
Well, what's the old saying? Pick and choose your battles kind of thing. That's the thing that I learned when I got older, because I used to just interact and fight with everyone. Then I realized to myself, this person's just not worth it at all.
Yeah. They're probably not.
Yeah. Now, I will pick and choose battles based off certain stances that I have that I feel like I'm very,
and if you do that, that's perfectly fine.
But it's not like fine. Like on Twitter, I'll see people say stupid shit all the time. Do you guys see me reply to everyone? No. I'll reply to the ones that I'm very passionate about, or the ones that really are just the absolute dumbest thing. So
you mean like making fun of Chinese wives?
Then again, stupidity knows no bounds. Some days.
Well, wow, that was the most self-aware thing you've ever said.
The point, whoosh, came right into me. But I will say this. This is my stance. I will say this because Daniel Warren Johnson obviously posting that, what a moron he certainly is starting to make himself. This is what you guys need to understand. You cannot be in the country legally. Whether you agree with it or not, those are the rules, So I'll just give an example, and we're going to go to the review. This is one example. If a random person just broke into your house, they didn't hurt your mom, they didn't hurt your siblings, they just sat down on your couch and started watching TV, what would you do? Now compare that to random other people just entering the country legally.
I'd ask them if they want some iced tea.
No, you wouldn't. You blow that person's head off.
But that iced tea would be laced with arsenic.
Oh God! Oh God! It's really crazy how you guys. I understand. Not all of them are bad people. I fully understand that. But that doesn't mean you just break the law. Let's apply it to me and you. Let's say you.
I just want to know this: if this country is so horrible, why is everybody trying to get in here?
That's what I also bring them too. This country's so bad. Why is everyone trying to invade us?
These are the people that cry about this the most are the people that say they're gonna leave. So why do they want these poor, destitute people to start their lives in a place that they hate? I don't get it. Like it's whatever. It's like
that's why I've always said it's about virtue signaling to these people. These people really don't care. It's all about how they present themselves with other people. They want to be
they want to sound like they're supporting a cause that is is big and like,
Mhm.
you know, let's get behind this hoorah bullshit. When in actuality, like, dude, I just want to live my life daily.
Yeah.
And I will deal with the problems day by day.
Right.
If
Right.
something comes up, I will try my best to deal with it.
Yeah, and I know people have said, well, they don't do this and that. And it's just not. That's not the point, guys. It's like let's look at me and you, right? Let's say if Laps one time he was taking his son out, and this guy was bothering him with his son, and Laps just straight up knocked this dude out to the floor, like straight up Floyd Mayweathered his ass to the floor. You know what happened to you? You spend the night in jail because you did a crime. You
Well,
assaulted someone.
not in West Virginia.
Hypothetically speaking, most of the time, police would arrest
If
you.
I was in like weird places like California, yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
you get arrested and you be in jail for a night because you caused a crime. Now, also to understand this, maybe Laps's intention wasn't meant to murder that guy or completely just kill him, but he was trying to protect his son, obviously in a scenario. Now, you guys have to keep this in mind. We, normal people like me and you, have to live by these rules.
You said normal people, and you involved you in there.
I'm mega normal. I am more
Okay.
than people. But like,
anyway, go ahead. You were saying.
The me and you and a lot of other people have to follow these rules religiously every single. I'm not saying I don't want to. I'm not saying I don't. It's just this is what we have to do. So you live in life. But apparently these people could just break a law and then not and then be seen as the most innocent human beings ever. I'm not saying they're all bad people. I'm not saying that. But see the dichotomy I just brought up, where one person is allowed to break the law and then they're seen as a saint, and then another person does break the law and they're seen as a criminal. You guys see the point there? The point is you have to follow the rules. We don't make the rules, like he said before. Whether your stance on it is right or wrong, doesn't matter. We don't make the rules. These are the rules you have to follow. The rules say all these, this, and the third, you follow them. Okay? And if someone doesn't like the way the country accepts immigrants, you can get the fuck out. Go live in Guadalajara or some shit in Mexico. Like, hey, if you don't like the rules, leave. Or don't come, but breaking in illegally and then crying when the president wants to get you out is not a crime. The commander-in-chief gets to do that. He has to protect the nation's security. That's literally the job of the president. Whether you like the guy is inconsequential. These are just the rules. You can't just allow yourself to have tens and thousands of people invade your country without background checks or any of that shit.
But we also have to have our president follow the Constitution as well, though.
I wish he did.
There has to be due process even for illegals. It's in there.
Yeah, it is.
It's in there, and whenever he skirts that, it's not a good look for him.
Right.
Regardless of how you feel about the guy or not. Like me personally, I think the dude has fucking lost the plot. Like I think his first
presidency was way better.
I don't know what this fucking guy's doing, right? It's like one of the few times where like I've been alive during a presidency where anytime he talks, I'm just like, what? What did you just say? Like, what? You just said like the biggest word salad ever. Like you don't even make points anymore. You just say things. And like I support the presidency, as I always will. Even when Biden was there, I wanted him to do well. I thought he himself was an idiot, but the presidency I support. Now, the president, maybe not so much.
And when people say things like the country was built off immigrants, that's also slightly untrue. It was built on settlers first, but nevertheless, immigrants did come at some point and help. It's just
the thing is, though, we've also lost culture as a country. Like,
do you think that happens more when you import immigrants?
No, because the immigrants that did come here, they believed in what
they wanted to be American. Yeah,
they wanted to do those things. That's why you see some immigrants are some of the most patriotic people ever.
Right.
Like you do, like, and I know enough to know that I don't have all the answers. So anything that I say, there's going to be one group that agrees with it and another group that doesn't. I just say, hey man, like if you're a US citizen, just do your best to be the best person you can be. If you're not, there are processes in place which you can do to become a citizen. I know it's not as fair or whatever if you hard on your luck and all that stuff, but if you take every hard luck story, then it's just going to be a shit show. And I have sympathy for people. I do. I feel bad for some people because I couldn't imagine what it would be like to grow up in a terrorist place or where the cartels are doing crazy things to you and your family and just snatching your children out. Like, I don't know what that would be like.
Mhm.
I don't know. But I know that there are rules in place for a reason. Like all these other places, try going there. You can't. But these are the countries that will have people on social media talking about what a horrible place we are, but yet like try to go to Japan and become a citizen. You can live there, but try to
Sure.
become a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I know I don't have the answers. I know that. I know
Yeah, and
enough to
I
know
was
that
just
I
saying
don't.
for this episode, if anyone watches the replay, this is just my stance. If you enter the country illegally, then there's a good chance you might get deported. Now you take that risk upon entering the country legally. And I think the last thing I'll say about this before we get to the review is one of the most disrespectful things to people to say that they work harder than everyone else. I mean, that may be true in your anecdotal life experience you've had, but I know some very, very hardworking people. Like they work just as hard as anyone else does. This notion that these all of them are working harder than every single person. It's like, come on, dude. Like, come on. That is everyone here in America that contributes to taxes, like you do and myself, work very hard. So this notion
Well,
that
you have to work hard. Or if you don't work hard, you're not going to get anything out of life.
that's true. Yeah.
You only get what you put into it.
Just like my dad.
Oh, wait till you see the video about your dad.
He didn't put in anything. That's the joke. He left. Oh God.
Wait till you see it. I think you'll be happy.
Oh God. Like when Bruce, okay, so I know people have only really like played like Batman video games and watched like the animated movies and shit like that. But I'll just give you guys a quote here from Arkham Origins. You guys know which one it is. It's the one where Bruce talks to Alfred when he is about to go off and take on you about to go and see Bane. He wanted to go visit Bane's hideout to figure out where the fuck Bane was or whatever. And he had that dialogue with Alfred. That's part of some of the best dialogue in the series, where Bruce had said, Alfred, who do you see when you look at me? The boy whose shoes you used to tie every morning? The teenager you drove to his first date? Well, you're here every night. I am out there. The only thing between the innocent and the predatory. Who do you guys think the predatory is for Batman? Oh, people breaking the law. Just pointing out there, people who break the law are who Batman don't like. Someone who broke the law.
I mean, I don't know if Batman's out there like lining up dudes to ship them back to their countries. I think he's more worried about I think he's more worried about violent criminals.
He did, because and Alfred said, "You may be, but no, not maybe. I am. When the mugger or the thief stops to think twice, that is fear. That is what I am. That is why they hired assassins, because I am the reason criminals breathe easier when the sun rises. So no, Alfred, I am not in over my head. Tonight will not be my end, but it will be theirs." He instills fear in people and justice. That's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Using his cause. So he wants people to think that mugger, when he like in you remember the Dark Knight? Remember the first part of the Dark Knight where that guy's like, fuck, the bat signal's out there, and the other criminals, he runs away, but that other criminal's like, you got a better chance of running into a poltergeist running to that guy. That's what he wants. He wants you to think like, before I commit that crime, I might get beat up by the Batman. I want to not do crime. That's who Batman is. He wants to make sure
do crime.
Okay, don't wear hockey pads. Don't do that. Just
don't commit crimes. I'm out here doing crime.
Oh my God.
That's what I do.
Harvey, I'm sorry for everything.
Sorry, Harvey. Harvey.
What did you do? I took Gotham's White Knight and I
what did you do?
Oh my goodness, man. And you know what's crazy, dude? If you go in comments of the Dark Knight on YouTube, people went, "How the fuck do we go from this to Birds of Prey?" Holy shit! I'm not gonna lie, the downfall was epic from that point. That was, gotta give him credit for that one. Holy fucking shit! But I'm just pointing out here, guys. If you break the law, there's a good chance you're gonna face some consequences. That's just how the country works, you know. I will still finish buying Daniel Warren Johnson's Transformers run and trade, because that was before he became a fucking lunatic. I'll finish that. But his other work, like you said before, I just can't in good conscience pick up that Batman annual. That is so stupid.
I'm most likely not buying that book. Most likely.
I mean, I didn't even buy the Gretchen Felker Martin book when I found out that he was like saying that J.K. Rowling's skull should have been split open. Like, what the fuck? Like, there's certain lines I have with people. It's like, that's a line. I'm not supporting that, you know?
Mhm.
Like Scott Snyder, he tweeted out last election that he's voting for Kamala Harris. But Scott Snyder's platform is not just all politics. He retweets some stuff. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But Scott Snyder isn't out there every day saying Trump is a blah, 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 blah. He's not acting Trump deranged on Twitter. You know, that's why I still support him.
No, he just said who he was
insane.
voting for.
That's it.
All.
He didn't make any stances or anything. It's just like, hey, I'm voting for her because I believe that she's the best candidate. That's obviously cap. That was dumb, but that's his opinion. So, you know. Labs Confang, when it comes to Superman Unlimited, was this an era of comics where the other Trinity members had something like this too? I don't think.
No, they didn't have the question.
I think he said, did other members of the Trinity have a certain run like this ever? Like
an unlimited run?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think I understand the question. Maybe I don't.
I think he meant, did Wonder Woman or Batman have other like insert unlimited ongoing series at some point? I can't remember. I mean,
everybody's had like side stories. Like, I don't know if that's what he means. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe if you rephrase the question, I could answer it. I'm sorry, man.
But do you know who is rephasing? Oh, today I got a girl's number. I rizzed her up and she gave me a number. Oh my God. It was easy.
No, you didn't. Okay. What happened? What was the interaction? I'm the girl. Ready?
Oh, okay.
Hi, crazy black homeless man.
I'm not picturing you wearing a wig.
Are you here to rizz me up?
I said I went. Oh, so she was like, randomly, I don't like being in a relationship. She's been in like one, and she asked me if I ever been in one. I was like, yeah, I was in one myself. She asked me how long. I was like, a year and like 6 months, whatever. She was like, I don't want to do it anymore. I was like, okay. Let me clarify. When I was asking,
I think this one particularly was just for Superman. If that's what you're saying. I don't know if there's been other Unlimiteds before this, but when this came out, this was just specifically for Superman. This was actually for the summer of Superman.
Unless you count like Justice League Unlimited, which started like a few months before.
But that's not a title initiative. That's the name of the team.
Yeah.
Because the cartoon was like that. You know what I mean? Like, so that's just, I don't know. But I don't think there's a Batman Unlimited book like right now or Wonder Woman.
I was kind of wondering, will DC, when the new Batman movie comes out for the DCU, will they do like a initiative for Batman? They'll make a Batman Unlimited book. If they put Jeremy Adams on a Batman Unlimited book,
I know there was Batman Unlimited, the cartoon.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was 2 seasons. But I believe that this was just for Superman.
Right.
And this was like created because they wanted a specific amount of books leading up to the Superman movie. Not saying that it had anything to do with the movie. Mm-hmm. They just wanted that whole Summer of Superman initiative.
Whew, and it's time for us to.
Hopefully that answers that, Anthony. I hope that answers what you're saying, what you're asked.
But before we could get to the review, last thing I'll ask you, Matt, is outside of DC KO, did you get anything else this week, actually?
Well, I mean, yes. I got a lot of books.
How many books did you buy?
I get well, I'm reading, I think I think I'm reading about 40 books a month. I think so.
That's not included collected editions. It's just single.
That's just singles. I got Rook Exodus number 7.
Yep, that came out. I remember that. Yep.
I got Superman number 12. Superman Absolute Superman 12.
Which Superman movie did this?
No, this just came out. It's not that it leads into the movie. They just wanted a bunch of Superman books. This is from this year. This came out, I think, started in June.
Yeah.
June, July, August, September, October. Yes, it started in June. I got Absolute Batman, number 13.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up Amazing Spider-Man Torn, which I'm excited to read. I got the Imperial War, the Imperial Guardians. I've liked all the tie-ins so far. I picked up Action Comics because I actually like where this is going lately.
They're still doing the Mark Waid Superboy origin thing.
I haven't read it yet.
Oh.
But Transformers number 25, and I
That
also
cover.
got a bunch of different covers for that. Aquaman number 10. Spider-Man Wolverine number 6.
Man, these covers. I love them. Look at these covers.
I got the new Punisher. This one.
Hell yeah.
I got Spider-Man 94 number 2. Absolute Wonder Woman.
Hell yeah.
One of my favorite books right now. I got JSA number 12. This is part 2 of the Ragnarok, which has been great. Ultimate Wolverine 10. Amazing Spider-Man 13. Absolute Evil.
So like my wife, goddamn. Batman
number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Omega special, DCKO, and a couple other books.
I added the Omega Act 1 to my list before I purchased my comic books this week coming up when I get paid.
I got a couple of other books as well. I think I got so yep. I bought Imperial 1, 2, and 3. 4 should be out. And then I got all the tie-ins so far, which are Imperial War Exiles, Imperial War Planet She-Hulk, Nova Centurion, and Black Panther. And then that Imperial Guard was the next one. And Absolute Green Lantern number 7.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
And then Green Lantern number 27 as well. From Jeremy Adams.
So, Labs, do you think they're going to do a new version of Batman and Son, Batman Incorporated comics leading into Brave and the Bold?
I mean, they might. If history tells us with what James Gunn did, I would think that when the new Batman comes out, they either do a new Brave and the Bold comic, which they had going on for a while, and then it stopped.
Yeah.
And that had great art. That was phenomenal art.
The art in that book, yeah.
The story was okay. But if they do a Batman Inc., I don't know. We'll have to see where this massive crossover goes. Because they could do a Batman Inc. after the Absolutes crossover and it be in both universes. That would be kind of cool. Depending on what story they're going to tell. But yeah, I would almost assume there would be more Batman comics for whenever the movie comes out.
Next week, the Superman Triangle Era Omnibus Volume 2 comes out. Are you going to be getting that?
I've had that pre-ordered forever.
Okay. That's like the biggest thing coming out. Did you get the Flash by Joshua Williamson Omnibus Volume 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then that's unless you're going to get the DC's Finest Supergirl Body and Soul. Unless you're going to get that. No,
there's I did get. What else did I get? I'll next week I'll bring down the new Omnis.
They have this thing called
other stuff that I got.
Batman
recently.
Black and White Compendium.
Yeah, Black and White. Yeah, Batman Black and White. Yeah,
that was
that was around the same time as Batman Incorporated, actually.
Ooh, 1,256 pages. God damn.
Now they might be putting other books in there, but Batman Black and White was a series.
Okay. Damn.
Good. The Ostrander Martian Manhunter is probably the number 1 Martian Manhunter series. The Joel Ostrander omnibus. I don't know if that came out yet or it just came out. I know his Spectre one came out.
The Spectre one did come out. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Did the Martian Manhunter one come out yet?
I've not seen one yet. Not one yet.
I know there was one before, but that's that. And I like Absolute Martian Manhunter. I think that story is phenomenal, and I bought all of them, and I cannot wait for it to come back in December.
Did you read the Rook Exodus book that you put up? The
Number
return of
7.
it.
Yeah.
Good, solid.
Yes.
So
Yes, it
well
is.
worth the wait.
Dude, his fucking pencils are by far the best modern day shit. Like, dude, like, I mean, there's one page in here where I was looking at it and I found myself looking at it for like 30 minutes. I was just like, dude, like, Jason Fabok, his pencils are so good, man.
Mhm. Let's see, what else am I getting coming up this week? Let's see. Venom.
But
Epic
so
Collection.
this was
Nope.
one of them because we finally meet what's her name's dad,
Mhm.
the crazy wolf man, and he was like chasing down a deer, and it was this splash page of him chasing down a deer. Like the colors, Brad Anderson's colors are amazing, but that was really cool. And then there was this other one in here where I was like, this is bad. Oh, and we get involved with a new bad guy who looks dope as shit.
Oh, that was fucking
Like,
amazing.
yeah.
Look at
So
the
that was really
coloring.
cool.
Look at the coloring on the. Woo! So good. I like it. That's what I like to see.
Let me find the one.
Let's see. Give me 1 second, everyone. Okay, so it's not that many big collected editions coming out for the rest of the year. I'm looking at going into November. Yeah, V for Vendetta, DC Compact Comics. The Justice League We Are Yesterday trade comes out November 4th.
Which would be good to own if you don't want to get the singles, because that was pretty cool, man. That leads into some cool shit. I thought so.
Oh, I'm gonna get it. I have it pre-ordered. I'm definitely getting it. We will definitely do a review for that. You have DC's finest super friends, the furry of super foes.
Yeah, I looked at this for quite some time, dude, because she finally sees her dad, right? And then just the way he drew her, then the eyes, then her taking the mask off, then the eyes, then her, and then she finally realizes, like, oh shit, he's like the helmet's taken over. Like, it's
Ooh.
beautiful, man. It's a beautiful book, dude.
Lantern. Okay, I think I've
Justice
exhausted.
Society, Jeff Johns, all 3 of them.
Yeah,
Amazing run.
The omnibuses are already out, unless you want to wait for the compendiums. And the only first compendium out is just the first one. But if you want to just get it in omnibus format, they're already out.
Yeah,
they don't cost that much money anyway. They're like 50,
I have all
max $60 each.
Fantastic run. Fantastic run.
Okay. Oh God, life is good, but it can be better. What in the world's going on here? You know what? I'm gonna do the unthinkable. I'm getting Jeremy Adams on the show.
You gonna get him on? If you do, I want to talk to him.
I'm gonna try. I don't know how you can get contact with people, but
I see your comment about Martian Manhunter.
From what I've seen, dude, Martian Manhunter doesn't have that much collected edition stuff.
No, he's talking about the. Do you agree when people compare Martian Manhunter to Shade, the Changing Man from Vertigo?
Oh.
I mean, it's. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't read a lot of Shade. I mean,
not to throw any shade, pun intended.
Not throw any shade at Shade. But I mean, I don't know. I guess like they change. Like I don't really like go for comparisons with characters, like, because if we were gonna do that, then we would have to take literally everybody from Marvel and be like, well, you kind of copied every single thing from DC since they were around 30 years longer than you.
Start off with a banger.
Like, except for like Spider-Man and like Wolverine, stuff like that.
Yeah. I've always seen this.
But
I always say, yeah.
But I say this: Martian Manhunter has carved out his own path where he hasn't done well in single runs, because I don't think there's really guys that know how to write him. Where they do know how to write him for a team's sake, it's like just like Red Tornado. It's like they're interchangeable guys, right, for the Justice League. But I believe like Ostrander's run was the best that you could get from Martian Manhunter, because he really went deep into giving a shit about writing it, and it lasted. It actually lasted.
Labs, do you have any favorite Marvel covers for Captain America, Captain Marvel, Thor, the Hulk, or the Avengers?
Like covers, like actually, I mean, dude, I'd have to look.
Yeah,
I'd have to look. One day I'll do a stream, and if you would like to come in, I'll answer as many questions as I can. I wouldn't mind doing that. Like, if anybody wants to come in, and I'll like I said, I know it's a long time away, but when the construction is done in my house, it's going to be like 8-9 months. A lot of my collection will be here. I mean, it's going to be 3 stories. So, I mean, you know, it's going to be awesome. No, it's not that, dude. It's just, he knows I like to interact with the chat. So if I'm doing, we're never going to review the book because I'm going to sit there and just talk to the chat the whole time.
No, I'm fine. These are fine.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
good. But I hate you. You're a cloud chaser. That's the reason I hate you.
It's I'll try to do that, like, where I can't think of anything offhand. I loved Planet Hulk. Like, when that was happening, there was a cover. I can't remember for what it was. It was after World War Hulk. Whenever he comes back and like totally goes off on Black Bolt, but there was a cover before that book that Hulk just looked badass as fuck. Captain America, I'm not as into Cap, like, so I didn't read a lot of Cap, so I couldn't give you one there. Thor, yes, there is a cover on one of Jason Aaron's runs, and there's also this this right here, this Thor statue is actually a cover from a book that was done with Jack Kirby, and it's really cool. It actually came with the book. If I can find the book, I'll bust it out if I can find it, because it came with the book itself, a reprint. But I love that cover. That's why I bought that. There's a couple of Jason Aaron Thor God of Thunder books that I thought were really cool too.
One cool cover,
Avengers. The one of the big Kang trades had this awesome thing with all the Avengers. They look like they're on top of the world like this. They're like surrounded, and then Kang's like in the middle of it. It looks fucking cool as hell.
Jason Aaron's run on Thor, when it's the wraparound cover of Thor doing this pose.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's beautiful. Awesome.
Beautiful. Yeah. Hey, everyone knows I love the white women, and I do. I'll be fully admitting I am buying these books strictly for the covers. As you guys know which character I'm talking about, Emma Frost. The covers they're having this guy do of her look amazing. I love it. I love all of them. White women, hot, sexy, crazy.
You like them white ladies.
I love them.
Let's talk about Superman Unlimited.
Superman is for losers, I heard. I heard he's boring and not interesting, and I hear that he's a legal immigrant that would, beat up the Klan. It's like, all right.
I mean, he did beat up the Klan.
Yeah.
And he did during wartime. Now, this is not me. This is not me. So maybe I'll find it so I don't have to say it. Because you never know. It could get misconstrued.
You know how people are. But yeah, there'll have to be a day where we go over some of the best comic book covers. I mean, that could be an endless show. Like, fucking hell. I have like 20 off the top of my head I could go over right now. Fucking hell. A lot of the David Finch covers.
Oh, Finch, dude.
It might have been. I don't know if he did all the covers for Tom King's Batman run, but a lot of his covers were so damn good.
Yes.
Oh my God. Even the wedding issue, despite the controversy it brought, I did find the art of it looked very good.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Yeah, there's also back in like the wartime with the World War II, there's a bunch of covers of like Captain America beating up Hitler, which is always funny.
Those are always funny, yeah.
He's always like, yeah, with the punch, and Hitler's like, oh no.
On Spectacular Spider-Man, the run with J.M. DeMatteis, the artist on that run, the covers he did. Woo! Damn, those
Todd McFarlane covers are also really fun back in the day. Because like when you first saw those, with the Todd McFarlane, the spaghetti webs as they call them, no one had ever seen like webs like that. You know what I mean? Like no one had ever seen that before. So that was always crazy to see. Like there's one with him, Wolverine, and they end up running into Wendigo, and that's a fantastic cover, man. Because Wolverine's all like, and Spider-Man's in his crazy Todd McFarlane pose, and you see that they're going up against the Wendigo.
The Wendigos.
Yeah, some Sam Keith covers. He's the guy that drew the Max. He did Wolverine for a little bit.
Anything with Alex Ross is always.
Oh, Alex Ross is always just. Alex Ross is different though. Like Alex Ross is like that's like stuff you can hang in your house.
Right. Yeah.
Like the watercolor art, how ultra realistic it looks, man. Like go read Kingdom Come. everybody should always read that, and then read Marvel. Like that's like always, just amazing stuff. I wish he did more. And then he did this. Alex Ross did this one thing, and I'd have to find out what book it is, but it was all about Nightmare. And it was cool as hell, dude, because he was drawing the dreamscapes that Nightmare was invading. And it was beautiful.
This was a cover for a new Rogue #1 that Marvel Comics is going to do for another X-Men initiative. I love covers like these. Nice little Oh, I love them. I love them. So covers like that are pretty colorful.
No, that's what you are. That's such a plain cover.
It's got the nice curves.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever.
Hey, if she sucked me off, I would die. I would legit die.
Well, you get a lot of paper cuts because like she's on paper.
No.
And two,
that's
I'm sure you could make a pinhole.
True. But given the fact that I'm literally a sex god at this point,
In what retarded world?
Oh, this is like Earth 3 or something like that.
Yeah, the crime syndicate. You're like the leader. You're like,
oh goodness. Why do you? Okay, I wouldn't be a criminal like a '90s TV show criminal. I would be like,
well, that's where the crime syndicate comes from.
I would be like literally borderline Lex Luthor level, rich, successful, good looking, a mastermind.
Oh, so you'd be in a nut house thinking that this is real. You'd be just lying to yourself.
You need to do that for your Batman skit you do, and it needs to be just a skit where it says "Make asylums great again."
Oh my god!
Traction you would get.
Have me stand outside Arkham Asylum. We're making asylums great again. Come on, everybody!
Yo,
bring your crazy and your poor.
You remember that episode of Batman the Animated Series where they put Batman on that trial and Two-Face is like, we're all this way because of Batman. What do you mean? Well, what are you talking about? You're insane.
That's been the age-old question for a very long. They've been doing that forever.
Yeah.
Does Batman create the villains? Does he make them worse?
Or does the villains make Batman? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They've been asking that question for a long time.
Or like when Hugo Strange had that line that he said in Arkham City, it was like, "You're the one that creates these animals." You gotta, in fact, it's like, you got a point there.
Well, it depends. Like, I could see the Joker, right? Because they had that specific interaction.
Yeah.
But like other ones, it's like as Bruce Wayne, like just because he fired a guy for doing horrible experiments doesn't mean that Batman had a hand in creating it.
Because it correlates to Bruce Wayne's personal life that he's connected that way. But I don't like Poison Ivy. I couldn't see that being Bruce's fault. Like, what would Bruce have done to make her that way? That was her own.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Professor Pig. That nothing to do with Bruce Wayne.
No, Professor Pig is just insane and very underused.
Right. True.
Professor Pig is bananas.
Wasn't the reason that Arkham Knight got that R rating was because of that side mission where he's butchering people?
There's that, and there's a few other. Yeah. There's some stuff like that. I mean, I like Arkham Knight. I know people are like, oh, the Batmobile's too much. And it's just like, well, here's the thing. You don't have to use it all the time unless you're completing a Batmobile mission. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have to. You can still do all the other stuff. That's what I did. When I felt like, oh, man, they're using this a little bit too much in the mechanic, I just got out and just did what I did in Arkham City.
Hell yeah. Now we're going to get to a banger so big. My wife will have so many orgasms, her brain will fall.
You guys got to remember that he did admit that his couch is his wife.
It always satisfies me. It'll never leave me.
So, like, just think of that. His couch is going to have orgasms.
Orgasms.
What hole are you philandering? That this is it going to like? Have you gotten it pregnant? Has it given you a love seat yet?
No. So I've got my socks pregnant, but my couch
is that how you have new socks?
My couch is infertile right now.
Oh, that's terrible, dude. You try to get a love seat or at least a recliner out of it. Like something. Give back. Give back.
Give black.
Oh, well.
Oh, God. Just like Daniel Warren Johnson, that's how I like my drinks, with extra ice. Okay. All right.
Christ.
Too soon. Holy shit. But yes, let's get to the comic book. So let's have some fun. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a comic book review on Superman Unlimited #1. So Superman Unlimited #1 was announced earlier in the year in 2025 for the Summer of Superman initiative that DC Comics was doing as an anticipation event that led up to the first movie of the DCU, Superman, which was directed by James Gunn. And around that time, where me and Labs Comic Fan had first met each other, we were doing videos about the Summer of Superman initiative and what it's going to be and how could it actually be very good for the character of Superman. And one of the announcements of the Summer of Superman initiative was that Dan Slott, the man who wrote several comic book runs for Marvel and a big famous one as, Superior Spider-Man, was going to be the comic book writer for a brand new Superman ongoing series called Superman Unlimited with art done by Ralph Albuquerque. And he did say he would not have that bullshit of Superior Superman going on. It's going to be a different story. He said not like different take on Superman, but it's not going to be anything that people thought he was initially going to do. And we need to do a video about this eventually. Which #1 did it better? Batman #1 by Matt Fraction or Superman Unlimited #1 by Dan Slott?
It's not even close.
It's not even close.
Unlimited.
This one,
Batman #1, they completely fucked that up, in my opinion.
You know what's crazy is that book was kind of fucked up with where like Batman's like core character was messed up. This actually encapsulated a lot of what Superman is just in the first few pages.
It accentuated what makes Superman good, in my opinion.
And I thoroughly enjoyed this issue. It might be one of my top 5 single comic books I've read all year. Truly was the writing was very, very good. The only thing I could really fault, some of the faces were drawn weird.
There's one that I'm going to point out that is so funny looking. I know which one.
Oh God, it was ugly.
So funny looking. But like, it didn't take away from my enjoyment of the comic, though.
This is how comic books should be, because I feel like a lot of comic books fall into this, as you said in the past they did for you, where like they feel like they're just trying to get to a trade instead of just being a very just completed book telling a story. And I feel like this one really was that way. It was a complete story leading you somewhere that didn't leave you off on this massive cliffhanger that you go, okay, that's, where that's going to lead to, but it kind of just drags out. It feels like the book was very well paced. The dialogue was very good. The narrative was set. The characterization of Superman was very good. Any person that goes, hey, which book should I read? Because I've never read Superman and there's a lot of history to cover. This covers a lot of it. All the core beats of his upbringing, meeting of the Justice League, Legion of Superheroes, that future thing that happened in the book, relationship with Lois, birth of the giving of the birth that Lois did to his son, everything. It's awesome book here. I did not expect this from Dan Slott because he's actually a fucking lunatic, but hey, just because you might be a lunatic doesn't mean you can't write some good comics, because Lord knows we know some lunatics out there, just like Daniel Warren Johnson. I like my drinks, guys, with extra ice. Okay, jokes aside. So what did you like about Superman Unlimited #1?
I just thought it encapsulated everything that I like about Superman. It told a good but familiar story. It hit a lot of the beats that if you want to know about Superman, you can easily read this and catch on. And plus, like, if you read some of them and you go, oh, well, I don't understand that, you can actually look up the stuff, like when he talks about dying or he talks about this thing happening. You could be like, oh, and that could get you to read other runs.
Right. True. And
so it did the job of telling a good story, but also like get you to ask questions about the character.
Also, what I really enjoyed about the book when I was reading it was the humanity that espoused throughout Superman when he had his whole life flash in front of him, when this giant kryptonite meteor is coming towards him.
Espouse?
I'm a master of words. It's like I'm a master swag king.
He's a wordsmith.
I'm a word salad connoisseur.
You're a wordsmith. You smith words left and right.
I'm a Max Smith. Zinger. So I really enjoyed the characterization of who Superman is, and it's always been throughout the book. I did not expect that coming from Dan Slott. Be honest here, did not expect that. I thought I was about to read some absolute horse shit with this guy, but no. Took me by surprise, and it was very good. So we'll start it off right here. Obviously, awesome book. Just for the basis of the ads were pretty much non-existent throughout the book,
and the cover was actually like harder paper, so that was cool.
Yeah, the quality of the cover was great. I like the what do you call it? Cardstock cover or whatever it's called.
And I'm glad that I didn't open it up and see Flo from Geico or whatever, Progressive. Good Lord. I'm sick and tired of seeing that bitch.
Okay. And Lord knows that DC is progressive. Okay, the jokes. We're doing them too hard tonight.
Waka, waka, waka.
So it starts off with this lady who is going to have the Daily Planet be the media the mogul. And they're basically going to counter the number one dangerous thing, she says, misinformation.
Yeah. And I think it's funny because they're like, we're going to have like 5 news channels and 24/7. We're going to have a place on Femascara because that's where news happens. What are they going to report on there?
Like that's the reason why I was going to give it a promotion that this was the only page I was like, okay, come on. That's like everything else was great. This was like, okay,
hey, did you guys hear about Wonder Woman? She farted next to a palm tree.
Hey, Wonder Woman was scissoring. Wonder Woman was scissoring with Cheetah. I heard their pussies were very hairy.
Scissor me, Xerxes.
Hey, Ares, did you apocalypse my hairy pussy last night? It's like,
none of this reflects anything that I want to talk about. Just letting you guys know. I don't go there with the books.
But I will say, there is a problem with media companies espousing misinformation to radicalize the missing bill. That I fully understand in the book. But it's just like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, Dan, I get it. You had to put that in there. DC editorial told you, make this a statement that misinformation.
I mean, they might not have. They might not have because it's an unlimited book. So it might just all be him. You know, like that's the one thing. So you remember the other night whenever you and King Style were talking, and I was saying you were saying facts, this things as like where there's opinion. That's one of the I'm not saying you're wrong. Okay, not saying you're wrong, but when you say that, right, you're saying that editorial made them do that. We don't know that that's what happened. We could think that's what happened, right?
Yeah, we
could think that. But when you say something like that, it gives people the wrong idea because we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure. So that's what I was talking about. Because like I made the comment way earlier, and then when you guys were talking about Dragon Ball, then you read it, and he's all going off about Dragon Ball, and I'm like, look, dude, I ain't got no opinion on Dragon Ball. You think I'd fucking take time out to write about goddamn Dragon Ball? Like, get the fuck out of here.
You are the encyclopedia of Dragon Ball, as we know.
I know nothing. You know what the funniest thing though is about that? Akira Toriyama did the art for my favorite video game of all time.
Good Lord,
Dragon Quest. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So, like, I know a lot about Akira Toriyama. Like, I know a lot. And Yuji Horii. I know a lot about both of them. But it was just the fact of when, whenever you guys were talking about the Oscars, right? And you were like, well, they definitely did. This is the reason why they did this. And I'm like, no, that we don't say that. Like, say this is what I think they did. Because when you say stuff like that, it makes me like, and other people probably, just saying. And I know it's hard to always preface yourself by saying, this is my opinion. I understand that.
Yeah.
But it's like, when you say something like that, you're taking a specific stance on something that you may not know everything about. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's hard, especially with someone, I'll just use me as an example, right? I don't know about the like movies like you guys do, right? Because I don't watch nearly as many movies or no. So when I hear that, I'm going, oh, so that's what really happened. You see what I'm saying? Like when we don't know that's what really happened. That's like whenever we were talking about Alfred dying, right? And I had to like go and look up stuff, and it was like when you and Jared were talking about me and you were talking about it, like I was telling, like you can go look it up right now. Like, I know that he wanted to say no, it wasn't DiDio, and it was like, yes, dude.
I could believe that. That guy's a weirdo. I could believe it.
King may have died, but he wanted it to be a fake out with Clayface. But DiDio was like, no. He's dead. You're not bringing him back. That's it. Because he has this big thing about like legacy characters dying and like moving on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like whenever we talk about that, we got to be careful. Not like, at least for me personally, you could say whatever you want because that's what makes you, honestly. Like I'd actually rather you say crazy wacky shit because that's actually more
because the
fun.
reason why I bring up maybe the editors wanted it that way was because that example you just gave, like sometimes maybe the writer didn't want that, but the editor
right, but that was something we could prove because that was spoken about.
Right.
You see what I mean? Do we have proof that that's what it was?
It's just weird.
I don't know. So we could say like maybe that's what the editor
or like
wanted.
with J. Michael Straczynski and Joe Quesada, like J. Michael Straczynski wanted to play out his One More Day event differently. Joe Quesada wanted the marriage to end. So like that's what I want to tell people. Like certain like writers will weirdly take all the praise for something and then never take the falls because they'll just blame an editor for it. But after the Daily Planet situation happens, then it becomes Superman. Full-fledged story.
Clark leaves like that area, and then the woman's like, "This is like the big day for us." And your man, she's like, "Well, he covers Superman, so if he's leaving, he's doing his job." So Lois, right there, already is covering for him for his reason to be gone. So if that does happen again, something with that woman who's now a new figure of power, and he just runs out of there, we could say, "Oh, he's covering Superman, or he's following Superman." So that's cool.
After these first 2 pages.
I thought this was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. This right here.
There's just a whole bunch of pages of him being Superman. Like stopping crimes, saving somebody, and that one of the criminals that he gets, he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to say thank you." What did he say? He saved his aunt.
Yeah. In
one
Star
time in City. Yeah. And he's like, "I just wanted to say thank you." And then he he saves this kid who fell in a lion enclosure at the zoo.
That might have been a play on the Harambe thing. Remember that kid fell into that fucking
zoo or whatever? Harambe just dragged him around everywhere. Fucking
good lord!
Can you imagine waking up as a kid? You're like, what is that?
Could you? That's a black. So that was his first interaction with a black person.
Anyway, so then he saves the plane. Yeah. And then he saves a ship. And then he goes to this girl who's playing music. And he's just like, gives her some money. And he's like, I've been listening to your music for however long. And he's talking about how she makes good music.
That moment reminded me of when Batman sat down in that park with that girl in that episode of that Justice League Unlimited show. That reminded me of that. Where like just having those little moments.
Just talking about when he sat down with Ace.
Yeah, it reminded me of that moment where like just having them connect with characters like that just gives you another layer to like who they are. I really enjoyed the montage of having him do all of this stuff from after he left Lois's, I guess promotion. Yeah. Oh, it was great. It was great. After
it's like, well, it's them like basically getting bought out and having a big media conglomerate being run. But yeah. And then this is where they set up the rest of the story. I thought that was kind of neat. And this is like the first of many weird Superman faces. Like this right here is a little bit weird, just a weird one. Nowhere near as bad.
This one right here, I was like, what? He looked like Bizarro right there.
A little bit weird. But there's a giant meteor coming towards the Earth. So Superman is flying out to stop it.
Mm-hmm. And he's going up to this meteor. Because he gets called from the watchtower. Basically, it was a red tornado that tells him everyone else is dealing with shit. You're the only one that can deal with this. Can you please deal with this? And he realizes that as he gets closer to this meteor, it is just a meteor full of kryptonite.
It's a whole kryptonite meteor.
Good lord. And then he obviously gets in front of it to stop it. Then you see the events of his life play out.
They give you like a big history of all his events. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
It starts with basically him crash landing on Earth, him first discovering his powers, learning how to fly. Then he has that moment.
The big moment of him putting on the glasses, because that plays in later. Of him putting on these glasses to look different, to be nerdy. Here's one of the weird faces, because what happened to his nose? On this picture, it's like they drew a skeleton nose. Like whenever like they show a skeleton and you have no cartilage, it's just that like weird. What the hell is that? Like this right here.
Yeah.
you might be able to get closer so they could see it. But dude, that is so freaking bizarre looking.
Yeah.
It is so weird,
guys. That's one of them. Because I was just like, dude, what the hell happened to his nose?
So
I know it's a shadow, but still.
Also in the moment where, this also shows his relationship with Lex, where Clark's like, hey, Lex, want to come hang out with us? He was like, no. Okay. All right.
Hello, everyone in the chat. What's up, Z? What's up, Michael? What's up, Bellman? What's up, Tony Robinson?
So you get to the next part where Pa Kent shows him the pod he crash landed in. Then he sees the S for the first time. Ma Kent gives him the suit, and he gets crypto.
Yeah.
Look at all the stuff. It's amazing. Also, so beautifully, outside of the weird noses and facial expressions, so beautifully drawn.
Very well done. The colors in this are really great.
And then the Legion of Superheroes plays into it. So he meets other superheroes along the way of becoming Superman, from Superboy to Superman. He goes, it's that thing you talked about when we did a review of the Summer of Superman special, where he went into the future and he saw himself in a statue, and they had to kind of erase his mind from that moment or something like that.
They give him some stuff, but they erased his mind for certain things. So like he's always had that where he goes to the Legion of Superheroes, which is like in the year 3000 and stuff like that. So it's like, they've been playing on that for a long time. It's always kind of neat, actually.
And then after that, he gets to a point where he starts coming out more as Superman.
Yep.
And he builds the Fortress of Solitude. Then after that, Perry White is like, hey, Superman, he's the guy now, and then obviously he's like, Clark Kent was obviously the reporter. He's the reporter of the century, got the scoop or whatever. Then he meets Lois. Then you have the moment where, Lex is talking and, he has his first interaction with, Lex when they're like, fully adults at this point. Oh my God, just beautiful. All the dialogue and the montage that they did in this book. Epic. Like, even after, like, he notices, this is the best part of it, when he was moving off the kryptonite meteor, was that he was like, okay, I have to tilt it this way so these people don't die. And then later
he thought he had it, and then he looks down and he sees this small island village of like a fisherman village. He's like, oh fuck, I gotta do it again, and this is gonna hurt real bad. So it just shows you the lengths he'll go to. And this is where he went from like showing his life up to that point to now he kind of realizes he's going to die.
Right.
And he starts going over the things that he's accomplished and the stuff that he's going to miss, because he's like, I've lived a good life. I've done good. I've lived up to my name. I am free. I'm finally free. So it's like, it's
this
pretty
is
cool.
My favorite page of the book, easily top 2, is everything after what you just said. Then he's like, because he talked about all of his friendships he built and all the villains he's faced throughout his life. Right here, showing all of his friends he's met, all the villains that he's taken on: Brainiac, Parallax, Darkseid, Toy Master, Zod, Bizarro, Mr. Mixopitalix, or the fuck you call that guy,
Mixo-Splitlick.
Mr. Split Dick?
No, Mr. Mixel Splitlick.
Mr. BBC Split Dicks? No? So after that, it shows you like him proposing to Lois.
Oh we forgot one thing.
Sorry.
Spell dialogue.
Oh, dick log. So
there it is. There it is.
He proposes to Lois. Oh God. Oh shit. He proposed.
See, you have the dialogue in your head. You can't speak it.
God. Oh gosh. So after that, he proposes to Lois, and he's like, well, everything was going pretty good until Doomsday, and then I died. It was like, okay. Shit.
But he says basically like, and he was like, for a moment everything was perfect until he died. But there's a reason why it was written that way. Because it happened so abruptly, because at that time we as the audience knew, because you weren't, I don't think you were born then, but like me as the audience knew Superman was dying, right? Because it was a big thing that was going on for like 3 or 4 issues. We knew it was happening. And when that issue came out, what's amazing about that issue, it's all splash pages. I don't think there's any dialogue at all. I think it's just fight after fight after fight. And it came in like a black slip case, a cover. It was all, and you got your black armband and I still have mine. And I got a poster from it that I still have, which is awesome.
That image
And
that people have seen from the book where it's just Superman like this and Lois's arms bleeding out and everything, and
yeah,
she's holding him with everyone looking. It's
so
just iconic. Yeah, it's
yeah, so
great.
what happened so he dies, right?
Mhm.
And then they entomb him, and Lex's people steal the body, right?
I remember that.
And
Yes.
they steal the body, and then they try to do something, and then you
You
see,
you have like Steel and these Cyber Superman, a bunch of Superman
well,
clones step up, right?
not, yes, they do, but not right yet. So what
Okay.
happens is that the Kellex robots go and get his body, right? And they put him in the healing chamber. But we as the audience didn't know that was happening. We just saw a thing bust out of the tomb after the whole
Okay.
thing with Lex and all the
Yeah.
stuff that was happening and all this shit. So we're like, holy shit. So, and it's like that's when the reign of the Superman happens. So
Okay.
we had the Eradicator, who was basically a program that was supposed to step in for him, but he was kind of twisted a little bit. We had Hank Henshaw, who was Cyborg Superman, who was probably the closest to Superman because he remembered things, but like his excuse of like, I don't remember because what happened to him, and he had robot parts because they were rebuilding him, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And then Superboy, which was a clone, you know, of him. And then they had Steel, which I thought was the best character because I thought Steel was very underwritten. I thought he could have done really cool stuff, right? I thought he could.
And we know Shaq had the best Superman movie of all time, Steel, that came out.
Which sucks because, like, man, if they would have made it like a really cool movie with him, like, not saying Shaq, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a really cool Steel movie, and it could have been, you know, violent and stuff, but still stand up for truth, justice, the American way. Because he bought into what Superman stood for, not just being Superman. You know
Right.
what I'm
True.
saying? Like he bought into the ideologies of Superman. He was a guy who wore Superman shirts. Like he bought into everything that he did. You know, because he got
and
a second
no
chance,
guy
right.
is gonna walk up to that guy. He's like, "Hey, Shaq, you're a nerd. Fuck you." He would.
No, right, exactly. Exactly.
So
He'd fold you up and try to make a foul shot. And since he can't make them, you would be hurt because he would have to throw you until he made one. And it would be awful.
So after that moment you had talked about in
Mm-hmm.
Superman's montage of his life, of his of Superman's greatest hits, you could say,
Yep.
that moment where, okay, so the black suit he wears after
Mhm.
he came back, that helped him absorb the sunlight easier, right?
Okay, so I can't remember. I want to say yes. I want to say yes.
Yeah.
I believe it did. It was a
That's when he
suit
had the
that
beard
helped
and
him.
everything.
Well, he had the long hair. I don't know if he had
Yeah.
the beard. He might have had a beard in the comics, or not the comic, the movie. I can't remember. I could look because I have that right there. The death, but he did have the black suit because he was in the chamber, and then when he would come out, there was this like machine that shot like UV into him, and he would hold on to each side, and I
Yeah.
think like the silver coloring around it and like the stuff that was on the suit absorbed stuff or like held a charge or something like that. I can't remember, but yes, basically that's what he was doing.
So then after that, you know, he
And congratulations, Bellman, on the weight loss. Congratulations.
After that, he marries Lois. They have John, obviously, and you know, you see the kid playing with Crypto, and then you know, there's a moment here where I think maybe you knew about this. There's a Superman event where Superman was away from his son, or whatever, or
No,
John was kidnapped, or whatever.
They took, yes, and he came back. He was a couple years older.
Oh, okay,
That's basically what happened. He went into a different dimension. I can't remember everything, but when he came back, he was a couple years older.
Oh, so
okay. Superman, like he was happy that he was back, but regretted not
the time he lost,
taking that time away from him, because you never know when he's going to be gone, or if he has to do something like off planet, how much time he's going to miss. And he felt like they took that away from him. You know?
So Superman, he stops the kryptonite meteor and it explodes. So you probably
it goes down into the ocean. I think
it's going to the ocean.
And he's I think
you're
so.
Right.
I think it's either the water or the ground, but he's underneath of it. He gets buried with it.
You would think that would kill him. That's what how strong the character really is, even just past kryptonite itself. He can survive that. I don't know how you can die of anything at that point.
Well, here's the thing. We know everybody says that kryptonite can kill him, right? We don't know that because he's never died.
If he can't die by that, I don't know how he can die by kryptonite.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I know there's other now. There was multitudes of kryptonites that they played around with. Like,
The
literally,
pink one
there
I
was
heard makes him gay.
makes him gay. There's been a whole bunches of kryptonite that, you know, like does all sorts of things. You know, there's some that, yeah. Anyway, there's
You're
been
fine.
a bunch. So I don't know, like, because there's never been a story except for the death of Superman, which was from Doomsday, that he's dead. So we don't technically know. We see how bad it weakens him.
Yeah,
You know,
it does
what it
it does
does.
damage to him. Yeah.
Yes, but we don't know for sure if it can kill him, because we
Well,
like.
what about a kryptonite dildo?
What about it?
We need a story, a DC Black Widow story where a kryptonite dildo is just used to sword fight with him.
Okay, so anyway, so even like a kryptonite bullet, right, that goes
Yes.
into him, if that stays in there, right, does, even if his motor functions, everything's done, his heart stops beating, do we know for that his flesh and everything, blood, will that degrade? We don't know, because it's
Yeah,
always
you're
been
right.
taken out and then it comes back, you know, like he comes back. So I don't know. It's a good question. I think they should definitely play around with that at some point.
You're
Like
good. Yeah.
him, like because you can
Because
die.
Doomsday essentially killed him by just being just as strong as him.
They just beat the living shit out of each other.
And Darkseid has beaten him just by being just as strong as him, which
Right.
would make sense because Darkseid's at Omega level, pun
Right.
intended.
Yeah,
But
Darkseid is one, yes.
But his greatest, I would say, thing that's against him, his greatest weakness, I've not ever seen it kill him. I've seen it did very big damage to him.
Right. We just don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like I
black
know that's
kryptonite
what they said.
like black kryptonite can take his powers. I know that. Like it just
red kryptonite takes his powers too. Like red kryptonite basically depowers him. That's why at the end of the James Gunn movie they were talking about Supergirl going to Red Sun Planet so she could get drunk.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
because black kryptonite, I know there is a thing, and I'm sure that does something.
So
I'm sure
Superman,
it might do the same thing. It might do the same thing, just at a different level. You know.
So Superman won't be going to Section 8 because there's a lot of black kryptonite around there.
Jesus Christ.
So Superman wakes up from his 3-month coma. All of his friends and family.
And he's alive, and he's like, "What? I'm alive? Like, what the hell?" And he's been gone for 3 months.
A kryptonite meteor just knocked him out for 3 months. He wasn't dead. We just knocked out for 3 months. So then it's revealed that it was very similar. So like there's been Batman stories where Nightwing is posed for Batman, very similar to this moment right here.
Yeah, they actually have a Martian Manhunter, a good thing, like a good storyline that he actually did. So they basically sitting there going like, you're thinking as people, okay, well, Lois runs the planet. She said she did that, you know, from there because she could do it basically work from home style. Well, what about Clark? He's a reporter. Like, what would have happened to that? Well, Martian Manhunter was the one that basically played Clark Kent, because when Pa came in, he's looking over there and he's like, wait a minute, what am I doing over there? And they're like, it's Martian Manhunter. It's not really you idiot.
And John, he says, it was an honor to serve. Now it's time for you to suit up. There are people here who need to see Superman. Yes, he was just posing as Superman and Clark when Clark was out for 3 months. Like, what an awesome guy. That's best friend energy right there.
So
I love seeing that.
That happened that I thought was really cool before this. Whenever he was stopping the meteor before it crushed him, he said about his son, John, he was like making this whole speech about like, I hope you can hear me. And there's people of Earth, they're good people if you let them be. And, you know, I really wish that I would have been able to get that time back with you, those years. But now that I won't be able to, you know, you carry on the legacy. Well, when John came up to him and hugged him, he's like, Dad, I did hear you. And I thought that was awesome. I was like, oh shit. And he was like, you know, you missed those years, but now it's time for me to get my 3 months back. And I was like, God damn, dude.
God damn, hitting me in the feels.
Tugging at MSK's heartstrings while I sat there cold as ice going, what's on the next page?
This man didn't even like that Crypto and Jeff were playing volleyball and high-fiving each other. He's a heartless man.
Anyway.
So after that, you know, Superman is greeted by members of the Justice League, but good old Batman's always stern as fuck next to Clark. Superman's good.
Yeah,
you're fine. Superman says, thank you. It's good to see all of you. hi Bruce, because typically whenever he sees Batman, there's always something going on, and he's like, Bruce is like, come with me. There's something you need to see, and then he shows Superman this image right here, which goes to this next page, which is basically that kryptonite meteor that came into Earth and splashed in it, created some sort of like kryptonite utopia.
No. What happened was it became the most valuable metal. So that country is selling all of this stuff, and in 3 months they have become so technologically advanced because of the money that they've made. And he sees, Laura and
John? That John?
No, it's Connor.
Connor Kent. Yes.
Yeah. Sees them and they're like all beat up, and they're like, hey, this is the new norm for us because every person can get, they call it green K. They can get green kryptonite. And he's like, Superman's full like, what the? And this is the face that I was talking about right here. This face.
What is that? What is that? What is that? That Superman face. What is this?
That is one of the worst faces I've ever seen.
That's like that. Do you see that? Do you see that meme of that orange dog where he's got his hands in his pockets and he does that stance like this? It looks like that.
Dude, he lost chromosomes in that picture.
The kryptonite did overtime, taking away his facial structure.
Yes, but basically they said anyone could get their hands on Green K now. The League of Assassins, Cult of Cobra, Inner Gang, it's everywhere. Mm-hmm. He said all of us. He said all of our jobs got a little harder, cuz. And he's like, well, we can figure it out. A little hard work, maybe hard work would be good for us. And he says, Connor's like, easy for you to say, big guy, you've got a secret weapon. And he goes, wait, you don't know yet, do you? He says, no one's told you yet. And he's like, allow me. And Batman snaps his fingers.
Yep.
And Superman, it literally looks like, Infinite Superman, basically. Like, Superman 1 million.
Superman 1 million, yeah.
That's what it looks like. So,
and yeah, Batman says, 3 months ago, a mountain of kryptonite fell on you. It buried you. You should have been poisoned, crushed, and atomized. This is how you survive. Superman's like, what? Superman went Super Saiyan. Just saying, hey, Superman. No, crazy.
Or did he go Chaos Control?
Oh, also the thing here where there's this nation called El Caldero, where obviously it's basically been selling these kryptonite weapons to people and everything like that. So you have this nation state of El Caldero, and then you have Superman basically kind of weirdly. So he's able to. I don't know if this is a Superman 1 million form, because that'd be fucking broken. That form is broken.
No, I'm not saying it looks like it.
It sure looks like it. So imagine that, a Super Saiyan Superman with a different form. That's awesome. That's a very cool idea. I like it. That's a thing that I'm not saying every character should have that, but a new power set is kind of cool every once in a while when you have characters like these.
I could say it's not, but he definitely has new powers. I can tell you that.
Oh, can't forget that 2-page preview from Sophie Rain Cunningham, whatever the fuck that Looney Tunes name is. 2-page preview of Supergirl.
Nobody cares.
It goes from art. Imagine this, guys. Look at this. If you read this book, look at this. The art goes like this. Okay, look how beautiful that's drawn. Epic, gorgeous, right? To this. Look at that downgrade in quality. That person's getting paid to do that. Just pointing it out there. But no, awesome book here. What is your final thoughts and opinions on Superman Unlimited #1?
I loved it, man. I loved it. Good time.
Yes. Same for me. Dialogue, awesome. Pacing was great. The montage moment of Superman's beginning life and everything he encapsulates and stood for is, oh my god, awesome book. Easily one of the best.
Encapsulates.
Oh god, I can't talk. I can't read, write, or talk. I'm just a Mactacular of epic proportions. So just easily, easily one of the best single comic issues I've read all year. Awesome book. Took me by surprise. I did not expect that Dan Slott could do that. Awesome book. I recommend.
Definitely, dude. It almost atomized your brain.
It did. Anyone that's kind of new to Superman, I would definitely recommend starting with this book
Yeah,
because it goes
definitely
over
check it out. Yeah.
every big key point that you mentioned that it'll catch you up, and maybe you might want to go check out those other comic book runs if you're interested in that story. Definitely check out The Death of Superman. That's obviously a monumental comic book event in comic book history as well. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Goodbye. Peace.
All right, let's see. I'm going to see if I can find this so we can put it up. Let me see if they have a good picture of this. Hold on.
Did I really say it? Oh my God. Oh Lord. Don't worry, guys. My reading and writing has definitely been improved, actually.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. God damn it. Give me the fucking...
Ew, a girl. She's like, ew, girls. What the hell? Girls are gross. This lady's messaging me right now. She's like, I want to come over and let me hit it. No, I'm black. What the heck? I don't come over to my house. I don't want women inside my house. What the hell?
All right. Well, I can't find a good one. All these are like people filling them out and like, wait, here we go. This might be good. Let me see.
Oh my God. Do you ever see those How to Catch a Predator videos they do in like the Walmarts or Targets when they beat up the guys? Oh God, those are hilarious. I'm still waiting on the War of Serpentron. Oh my God, I'm never gonna live this one down. I didn't see the words because of how my camera, my webcam was positioned on OBS when I did the video. That's why I said Serpentron. But my brain easily it works now. I promise you guys. Also tonight I will be game streaming in a little bit here. I do have to set it up actually. Let me set it up right now. I'm not gonna tell you guys the game I'm gonna play. It's not gonna be League and it's not gonna be Master Duel. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. Let me go and have sex with a lot of women, actually.
Okay.
Hey. Where's my fist bumps at? Why don't you game with Laps? He's white. What the hell? Gaming with white people. Don't insult me. What the hell?
All right, let me make sure this is correct. And
in 1 sec here. I already put it on my computer, and we're gonna have some fun tonight. I'm excited. I haven't played a new game in a long time, and I've been waiting to play this for quite a bit of time. You guys be like, "Oh, he's not playing a new game." I am. I will prove it to you. I will literally prove it to you. I downloaded it. It's already ready to go. I'm gonna play it in about 30-45 minutes after we end the show because I'm probably gonna go to the gym and get ripped.
He's got to go see Jim for a little bit.
I'm not gonna. Oh my God! Why do you guys think I'm gay? I'm literally straight. Oh my God.
Okay, you can put that picture up.
Gotcha.
Of that. Okay, so here we
Round
go.
one, boys.
So we can say that that Batman is off. So Star Sapphire moves ahead. Okay, just because in the story Batman gets taken out before he's able to get to the bracketing. So let's go over here. Okay, so let's go. We'll start in the top left. Superman or Giganta? Who is winning that fight? Superman or Giganta?
Okay, unless they pull some straight up anime.
It's going to be Superman. It's going to be Superman.
I'll be honest, man. The plot armor says Superman should win the whole thing.
Yes. So,
but do you think they're going to basically subvert expectations?
No, because I think it's a Superman book. Okay. I think it's a Superman book.
I'm going to call right now. Superman is in the finals.
So he'll at least be in the finals, but I can say this, okay? The whole thing is about being able to take over the universe to where they can reset it so there's no more absolute, like with what happened with Darkseid. But since Darkseid is omnipotent, there is someone in this bracket who Darkseid is posing as. So we don't know who it is. I'm going to guess that it's on the right-hand side so they meet in the finals.
Good Lord.
All right, so Captain Atom or Power Girl? I would go with Captain Atom, but but
That's what I say too. Yeah.
writer side tells you and artist side tells you that it would be Power Girl, just because they probably don't want as many power people fighting. But Captain Atom and Superman's a better fight. Power Girl just has gigantic titties.
Gigantic titties for the win. I love me the white ladies.
All right, so Guy Gardner or Firestorm?
I know who Firestorm is.
Firestorm's if they do him like how he's supposed to be, like he can basically turn anything into anything, any element, you know. But
I think Firestorm should win because
Guy Gardner
would get overconfident, right?
I think it's more like who's more popular. It'd probably be Guy Gardner
to
me.
Yeah.
But like if it were like me, I would make Firestorm win.
Me too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jay Garrick or Cheetah? I'm gonna say Jay Garrick.
If Cheetah wins, that was some plot armor.
Because I think it would be cool to see Jay Garrick and Guy Gardner fight, then Superman and Guy Gardner fight because of their history. That would be great. So Aquaman or King Shark? I think King Shark would win. He would just destroy him. But someone made a very good point. If it is real Aquaman, couldn't he just talk to King Shark and tell him to kill himself?
Oh God, fuck. Tell him to walk on land. Tell him
just get out of here. I'll take Aquaman. Aquaman.
Okay. What's the next one?
Connor Hawk versus Hawkman.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go.
I don't
Hawkman.
know much. I'm just gonna go just on name alone. Go Hawkman.
Connor Hawk is Green Arrow's son.
Oh, yeah, Hawkman.
Hawkman. Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. Unless there's some absolute plot armor bullshit, these have to go a certain way.
So we got Lex Luthor and Black Lightning.
I know how DC is. Lex Luthor's
gonna win. Right.
If Black Lightning wins, yeah, that would just be for narrative bullshit.
Then we get the Demon Etrigan versus Supergirl. I'm sure Supergirl's gonna win because she's got a movie coming out.
Yep.
Even though that sucks because Etrigan's really cool. Okay, at the top, we can't see because of the logo, but I got it here. It's Wonder Woman versus Starro. I'm gonna go with
Big
Wonder Woman.
Star thing?
Yeah. Starro should win the whole thing. He could just tell it, like, make everybody's minds go crazy.
I'll take a Starro for that one.
I'm taking Wonder Woman. So he's got a Starro. That's fun. It's fun though. You know what I mean? Like, so. All right, then we have Lobo versus Plastic Man, which I think is the most underrated fight of this whole thing. Because here's the thing. Lobo is badass, but Plastic Man is super OP. Like, retardedly
How would Lobo
OP.
kill Plastic Man? Just stretching him out?
I don't know if you can.
That sounds like a stalemate. I don't think there's
like,
a
that's what I mean. I don't know if you can, but I'm going to pick Lobo. I'm going to pick Lobo.
I mean, based on popularity, Lobo is going to get through.
Yeah, but it would be awesome to see Plastic Man get some love because he's hilarious and crazy. All right, then we got Swamp Thing versus Vixen. I'm going Swamp Thing for sure. Cyborg versus Batwoman. I would go Cyborg.
Unless Batwoman has the same gadgets that Batman does.
Yeah.
Then Cyborg wins.
So the next one is Batman and Starfire, but he's gone. So it would be Sapphire wins. Okay, then you got Red Hood and Damian Wayne. Ooh, who's crazier? Who's more savage? I'm gonna have to pick Damian.
Red Hood?
You think so? Okay,
I think there might be a moment where Damian has a moment of weakness and he doesn't want to.
That could happen. That could happen. Yeah. Okay.
Unless it's the balls to the wall Red Hood, it doesn't give a fuck. It just will murder you to death.
Hey, it could be a balls to the walls Damian.
True. I went balls to the walls last time during my wife when we had sex.
Oh boy. So we got Zatanna and Big Barda. Ooh. So Zatanna would win unless Barda gets close enough to like fuck her up. So that's a hard one. And then the last one, we got Harley Quinn versus Metamorpho. I'm going with Metamorpho since he was just in a movie.
If Metamorpho doesn't win, I know this is rigged.
It's rigged fight ever.
Thing is rigged. I'm calling bullshit on the whole event. If she wins, this is rigged.
Yeah, that's it. I thought that was a fun thing.
It's fun. I like it. Yeah, I love it.
Fun little thing, man. It's cool. Like they've done this up real well. It's totally ridiculous. It's totally off the wall.
Oh,
but it's a lot of fun.
We have to do this. I know it'll never happen because these people on comic book Twitter are lunatics. You know how Jubilee does the whole 12 conservatives versus one liberal or vice versa? We should do eventually. It can never happen because it's never gonna happen because I'm never gonna agree to it. We should do one comic book fan for life versus like comic book fans on Twitter. It'll be you in a table versus all the Reddit people on comic books that apparently read them. That would be so funny.
They don't read them though.
I know that's the thing. That's why you'd be versing them. They would be
They're
like,
they're
"Well, Batman
Wikipedia
doesn't."
fans.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Sir, Batman doesn't kill." No, this issue debatably proves you're wrong. He's like, "But it doesn't like no."
Well, they
Sorry.
would have to say Batman has never killed. That's what they would
You know
have
they're
to
gonna leave
say.
with that. They're gonna leave with that.
Because if they say he's never killed, then they're just wrong. But if you could say Batman doesn't kill anymore, yes, he does not.
So under Savage Dad's post, I said I will finish buying his Transformers run, but his post really caught me off guard. And Savage Dad said I picked up issue 25. The art is a considerable upgrade with Dan Moore. I mean, yeah, like that was the art was
Obviously.
fine.
The art was fine.
But Dan Moore is obviously an upgrade.
I'll say this in the single issues, the art looks fine, right?
Yeah.
But in the big, like I bought the big book, like
deluxe edition. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks there's so much thick black lining over everything.
He does. Yeah.
But it still looks fine. It still looks fine. It's still fine. It matches the story and it's done very well. So he said 1 Mac versus 20 lapsed. How about yeah, no, that's fine. 1 Mac might win because I might just get frustrated and walk away. Yeah, I think DCKO is fun. It's cool, man. It's at least to me, it's like getting a whole bunch of characters in a book, and even if they're only in there for a little bit and it's stupid, whatever, who cares? It's a fun event.
I don't know if you've ever watched Yu Yu Hakusho, but
yes, I've seen Yu Yu.
You remember the Torgaro arc with the Dark Tournament? They should eventually do this again, but have like teams of trios of 3. That would be really cool. Have your fighter, soup, and alien.
Yeah,
like really cool.
That'd be neat. Well,
do a DC Dark Tournament event. Sign me up.
So they are opening different dimensions like at random. They don't know, they don't know how it's happening because they're basically, at the heart of a universe. So there are going to be a bunch of characters crossing over, like Sub-Zero and some other things that are going to be in play. So it should be fun. It should be a fun event. And Scott Snyder's writing it, so at least it's going to be cool. So I enjoyed it.
Before we go,
I thought stuff's been getting better this week.
Since you were talking about this, you might as well go over the cameos they announced, though. That was really cool. Okay. Let's go over them. So I'll get your opinion on it if you like some of them at all. The biggest one, obviously, is Sub-Zero. That's pretty huge, actually. But that kind of makes sense because they did have a DC versus Mortal Kombat game at some point. So that was, not too surprising. Let me make sure I have it. I should have bookmarked it. No, I was banging my wife that time. That's why.
Z, I would love to stick around for when he plays a new game, but I'm being honest, dude. I am so tired. Today was my son's birthday, and we were supposed to go out to Chuck E. Cheese, but last night, he wakes up at 1 a.m, throwing up everywhere, and he did not fall back asleep till 6 o'clock this morning, and I got no sleep.
Oh, he is dead. Oh, he is.
I'm extremely tired. I would definitely though, because I would like to see what referees and coaches are involved, and see if the contracts are out right, because you never know. He could be getting screwed over.
DCKO cameos. Let me see. They had it here. What the fuck? I should have bookmarked it, but holy fuck! Here, we got him. Jesus effing Christ! My freaking brain is so fried tonight, guys, because I've been having so much anal sex with women. So, all right, Sub-Zero, Homelander, Annabelle the Doll, Red Sonja, Vampirella, and Samantha. There you go. That's the first batch of them. There might be more. Who knows? There might be more that comes, but people have always wanted to see Homelander versus Superman. If Superman doesn't straight up maul the shit out of him,
here's the thing. If Superman doesn't hold back, which they are really, really in this book, the whole beginning of the book is Superman not wanting to be in the tournament, but he realizes this has to be a game. So he cannot hold back. He actually brought out Knuckles that have micro suns in them. And he is just going bananas. Because he realized if he when they're running to this finish line, right, to see who gets into the tournament, and he Superman realizes that he's just holding off all the demons and stuff that were coming after him. If he doesn't go, he's gonna get shut out of the tournament. The portal's gonna close.
Okay.
So he just puts on the Knuckles, dude, and just starts going wham, wham, and just fucking everything up. And he's like, oh yeah, I gotta play this real. I have to do this. And that's when the villains show up, because before they went there, they rounded up all the villains and got them in Arkham Asylum and the Raft, or not the Raft, the Bell Rev and a couple other places, and made sure, but they realized something was up and they all broke out, and that's when Batman got taken out by the Joker.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah.
So, last few things to ask before we head out. Do you have anything planned coming up that you would like to let the audience know about?
Yeah. So Monday I have a stream with Jared. We're doing.
I didn't agree to that.
The first. We're reviewing the first full year of the Absolute Universe.
So you're doing an Absolute Universe 1 year in.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Savage Dad did one for Absolute Superman because
he's a cloud chaser, so that was lightweight.
He likes that book a lot. So, which Absolute Superman got? I
heard it got
phenomenal.
way better.
It's so good. It's so good. Yes.
What's crazy is that probably is the best-selling Superman book that's in the alternate universe. God damn.
I mean, that doesn't matter. Like, that's the thing. Like, do I wish that regular Superman was selling? Yes, of course. But the fact that comic books are selling, regardless of what they are, is good, because you never know when these things cross over and people see the other characters that might lead them to buy better books. The problem is not putting good creators on high level books. That's the problem.
Yep.
That's the main problem.
And anything else you have going on with your channels after that?
Me and Gray will be on.
You guys are on Tuesdays on our old time slot, right?
We did. Well, no, we just did it. We did Tuesdays because I had a different guest, and that was their only available day. Usually we do Friday. Okay. But we might try Tuesdays. I'm not sure. I think we're doing Friday this week, and that might be our regular time. But we go so much earlier than what we do here.
Yeah.
Because it's usually like 7 or 8 my time, as opposed to 11 o'clock my time.
I'm really putting it through the ringer.
Well, no.
I should be part of DC Knockout. Give me 5 rounds with Wonder Woman.
And then you can come on. You're more than welcome to come on.
Friday? Good Lord.
No, I'm not saying Friday. I'm just saying and
a crossover
a stream. Maybe we'll do like Behind the Mac. Get into the Mac hold. And we'll see what's really in there. Where you can actually be normal.
I need like $7,000 of payment.
So you need like a day's work?
No. Good Lord. That'd pay my rent for a whole fucking 2 years if I just used it just for rent. I could pay my rent for like 2 years with that shit. I wouldn't use it for anything else. Finally, a good show on Tuesday. Oh my God. So, as you guys know, for me tonight, I'm going to play a game.
And I do have a video coming out.
Yes, it's a new X-Men video, right? Or it's Batman
one? No, I have both of those that come out whenever, but I have a one for Spider-Man 94.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do Spider-Man 94, the first 2 issues, and then I'm gonna read Spider-Man Torn tonight right before bed. If that's good, I might do that. But I also have the Absolute Evil and the DC KO stuff that I'm gonna do.
Hell yeah, man. Looking forward to it. So, as you guys know,
and I have a reunion video coming out.
Reunion?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, you'll find out.
All right. Hell yeah.
It's very important to you.
We'll see how it goes.
Well, you'll definitely be in it.
I'm gonna talk to the showrunner. I'm gonna see if he wants to pull that from the air. Actually,
you'll see.
Too harmful.
You'll love it. You'll love it.
Too harmful for the kids out there. Gotta pull.
I mean, you still haven't made a comment on the Immortal Legend Batman video, except that I heard that MSK guy's really good looking. I am surprised that you haven't said anything about your appearance in that video.
I can't give cloud chasers like yourself much more self-importance.
But did you see yourself in that video?
I did. I saw it.
What were you on?
Fucking hell. I bookmarked the timestamp I was in. Let me go. Let's see. I have it in my watch history.
You would remember.
Dude, I've watched so many videos. I remember being in the video. I do.
You were mistaken identity of Buckwheat.
Yeah.
Yes. Old Batman, and you were on a milk carton, and you were missing. And he's gonna find you.
What the fuck?
What?
No, I've had just the most amazing sex life ever, as you guys know. No? Oh, so WZ's last question, then I head out. Being Being? Good Lord.
Bring.
Bring. God, you guys say I can't read or write. Holy fuck. Bring back cookies. I can't. That's just not going to happen. So, for me, I'm going to play a game that I've wanted to play since they announced it. The game is fully live right now. I'm not saying fully officially available, but it's like demo, almost official, pretty much.
Why didn't you just tell them what it is?
Because I'm a hot, rich, and good-looking Mac is master. So,
yeah, you definitely got is in you.
So, all jokes aside, so gonna be doing a game stream tonight of a game that I've wanted to play for quite some time, and tomorrow I'm gonna do my spectacular MSK show around like 9:30, 10 p.m. PST.
Why? Why would you do that? Why would you name it that?
Because
you know it's all lies.
But it's inherently truth in the same format, right?
No, a lie is a lie in every format.
But technically, a lie can be the truth if you twist it.
Out there twisting, are you doing the old dick twist? Grab his dick and twist it, just like lies. Like that's my motto.
I'm gonna do a watch party on the I Spit on Your Grave quadrilogy.
Oh my God. Wow.
From the original and the remake sequels that came out.
Are you gonna have Chris Jericho on?
No. Oh God. Imagine we do a watch party on Discord. Hey guys, what are we watching? It's called I Spit on Your Grave.
You know where yours would be I Spit on the Tip. That's
you are okay. All right. Good Lord.
Well, I mean, this is coming from the guy that wants Supergirl to be a hardcore porn.
Dude, you know she's gonna be like, oh yeah, I had a.
I'm at the red sun planets. I can lift my ankles above my head.
On the red sun planet, dude, she's gonna be whoring out. Oh, like yeah, my boyfriend
have on the back of her skirt, and it just says end zone, like free parking.
You've heard James Gunn talk about what he did with Peacemaker and everything. All bets are off when it comes to this shit.
Listen, Peacemaker upset me because I liked.
Did you watch season 2?
Okay, so I watched the first 2 episodes, and after the second episode, I was a little bit put off by it. It didn't catch my fancy. But this is when I know. I'll just say this. I'm not as bad as other people are on stuff. Like, I'm just using you as an example. I'm not saying that anything wrong with how you feel about stuff like that, right?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
I know when something is really not cool is when my wife looks at me and goes, "What the fuck are you watching?" And when that was on, she went,
"Was it that orgy scene?
What the fuck are you watching?" And I went, "Well, I don't think I'm watching this anymore." And I was like, I'll read about it and see, because I know there's people that like it, you know, and that there was other things involved in the show that I might like. But no, I'm not going to continue to watch the Peacemaker. Like, perfect example. I heard so many people on other shows talk about how bad Creature Commandos was. And I watched and I was like, this is awesome. This is great. This is exactly what it needed to be.
Creature Commandos got nowhere near the backlash that the new Peacemaker season got. No,
but people still said it was garbage in this realm of type of podcasting. Let's just say, people that just can't get out of their own way because God forbid they enjoy anything.
Yeah,
but I mean, it is what it is. If that's your opinion on it, that's fine. But I will agree that scene, while it wasn't the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was off-putting, but that wasn't the reason why I stopped, because I had already heard about that. I just didn't think the story was as good as the first season.
I just can't wait to see Supergirl being like, oh my God, all guys are pigs, and then fucking jerk 30 guys off in a gangbang in a movie.
It's just not going to happen. You might have to go to Pornhub for that. But,
a man can dream, right?
I liked Creature Commandos. I thought it was cool.
All right. So, I have a game stream coming up, but tomorrow, Spectacular MSK, and the rest of my week is filled with MSK show episodes and great other, game streams for you guys to enjoy. So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK show, and we will see you guys